Hey there my friends, John here of course, coming at you with a pretty much impromptu off-the-cuff video. Now that does mean there will probably be a bit of rambling as well as ums and stumbles along the way. So consider that for a warning I guess, and now's your chance to run. If you want to bear with me through this, definitely appreciate it and glad to have you on board. So, as you can probably guess by the title of the video, this is eventually going to be about a cook kit. Quick backstory, of course. Now, the reason we're even doing this video on the cook kit is it was actually inspired by watching a fellow YouTuber, actually a young man by the name of Jep from Jep's Outdoor Adventure. There's a stumble already, eh? So, he was, I guess, tagged to do a video on his cook kit, and after the video he went ahead and tagged some other YouTubers. Now I was not one of the YouTubers that was tagged in the video, however I guess it just sparked something in me that made me want to do this video, and that's due in large part I think to something I've always said, which is one of the things I love most about YouTube in the outdoor community here is that sense of community and just the support and encouragement that we extend to each other. It's just incredible. So yeah, I guess that's the reason I really wanted to do this, just really in support of Jep, you know. So I guess what I'm saying is I'm going to leave a link to Jep's channel down in the description area below, so you guys after the video or now, doesn't matter to me if you don't want to bear with me here, head on over to Jep's channel, show him a little bit of love, subscribe, leave him some comments, you know, support him in any way you can, because it's just awesome to see that younger generation getting out, enjoying the outdoors out here, and you know, taking that to another level and actually recording it and sharing it with potentially who knows how many people to see. It takes a lot to do that. So anyhow, Jep buddy, this one's for you, brother. Now, what do you guys say we take a look at this cook kit here? Now as you can see, we actually have a few different cook kits laid out here, and the reason for that being is that I tend to cycle through gear depending on what the situation calls for, or the type of trip I'm taking, or even just the mood that I'm in. One of them is, you know, the do-it-yourself stuff. Now you guys have seen this, it's kind of a staple, you know, on my channel, just to highlight that fact of you do not need a lot of money, if any, to get out and enjoy the outdoors. So it's something I've always emphasized, and I just wanted to reiterate once again, you know, by showing this is you can make stuff like this by yourself. We've got the tutorials not only here on the channel, but there's tons of other YouTube videos showing how you can make your own gear, get out and enjoy the outdoors. So we've got this one here just for that purpose. So she's going aside. Now next, just one of the cook kits, and this kind of demonstrates, you know, along the same lines, is you know, cheap and easy. Now this is just one of those Walmart. It's a Walmart pot thing. You guys have seen this in another video, along with the infamous pantyhose stuff sack. Yeah, still rocking that, guys. So same thing here, just basic little cook kit on the cheap, nothing special. So there's that. Now, the one we're actually going to be talking about is this bright little fella right here. She sure sticks out, don't she? This is actually a nifty little cook kit, and one that I've used a lot over this last year. Took it on a 9-day epic trip out into the Sawtooth Mountains that I was really fortunate to go on. Just some absolutely amazing country out there, and this little fella right here really did the job for me on that trip. It was just, yeah, everything I needed. So what do you say we take a quick look at it here? Now right off the bat we have let's see if I can unclip the darn thing. We have a Utensil, and this is just a basic Sea to Summit titanium spoon. I really actually like this spoon because you know, it does have the long handle for the freezer bag type cooking or the mountain house meals, things of that nature. It is titanium, so it's super lightweight, and I don't recall where I picked this up, but it was just a couple bucks, so really cheap here. And this thing's weighing in at, I think, like 0.5 ounces, so there we go on that. We got the spoon. Now digging into the actual kit itself here, and the bright stuff sack that she comes with. Now I know it's not pantyhose, but what do? We might switch that out in the future. But it is a nice sturdy little stuff sack, and I do like the fact that it is so bright. It's really easy to locate, and this little fella doesn't weigh much at all. It's you know, like 0.3 ounces or something like that. Could shed a little bit of weight by getting rid of that, but like I said, it's nice and sturdy, and really like the color, really easy to find there. So go ahead and set that aside. Now I do a lot of you know, on the cheap meals, rehydrating things, and so of course we've got to have a cozy for our little pot here. And this is just a, you know, cozy that I've made out of Reflectix, or actually a sunshade. I make everything out of sunshades. If you guys haven't seen half my videos, everything from foot warmers to how to stay warm. Things actually come in handy, but anyway, there's my little cozy. It just helps keep the contents of the, you know, your pot warm, your food in there, lets it hydrate without burning through all your fuel, especially on those, you know, extended backcountry excursions. So we have that nifty little homemade cozy there. Now if I can actually get it off, which we will try to do. Wow, my fingers aren't working. It's a little bit chilly out here today, guys. So anyway, you know, basic little cozy there, nothing special. You guys can make them. I actually don't think I have a tutorial on that, but once again, there's tons of them on YouTube, and if you would like to see one from me, feel free to leave a comment and I'll do that. Now, the pot itself is, what is this brand? Sorry, I'm not a real big brand guy, but I believe it's actually Tokes is the brand, and I'm honestly not sure of the size. I'm sorry. I'll try to link some up in here, but holds a couple cups of water, does plenty for what I need it to do as far as hydrating those meals, getting some coffee going. Like I said, served me really well on, you know, up to 2 week long backpacking excursions with just this. So, you know, great little item to have along. And this pot with the little lid here is weighing in at 2.7 ounces, so can't beat that, man. It's titanium. Now you'd think, and I want to go over this point really quickly. You think titanium, you think expensive. Now I don't recall exactly where I got this online, somewhere on Amazon probably, but it was literally just a few bucks. It was not expensive at all. So for the weight of this thing and the sturdiness, you know, of it, and being titanium, it's definitely a good deal. Nothing too expensive here, but something that you know, built to last comes in handy. So we've got our actual cook pot. One of the items that I always carry along inside my cook kits is just a good old kitchen scrubby. A little part of that really helps the cleanup process, and I'm not sure on the weight on that. It's virtually nothing. If you want to count grams, we can definitely do that, but I'm not that kind of guy. So anyhow, next we'll go into the little stove that we actually use to do that. Once again, we got some bright stuff going on here, don't we? We got neon green on top of that orange. So this is actually something else that I found online, and this is amazing. And I'm actually been wanting to do a review on this, and we will get around to that, because you guys, I think this is something you will probably be interested in. Now I think the brand name, as it says on here, is BRS, but it's just, you know, some kind of overseas made type thing, and you know, so if you don't have anything against that, that's something you can look into. I'll try to find a link and include this down in the description area below. And once again, just a few bucks, really surprisingly inexpensive here. And the cool thing about this little stove, now I don't know, that this thing is so small actually. It is probably one of the smallest and lightest weight backpacking stoves that I have ever come across. And it works in the same fashion as most of your other stoves, you know, the pocket rocket, you know, just those types of things. But The little pot legs fold out to hold your pot, if I can finagle this around here, sorry guys. But anyway, yeah, the legs fold out. They actually, pretty sturdy. Screws right onto the base of any standard type fuel canister, and as your little turn off. Now this does not have a piezo igniter, so you will need your lighter to light this, but just saves a little bit of weight there, and you should probably have a lighter along with you anyhow, right? So anyhow, just this stove is awesome, and it is coming in at 1 ounce, and that is with the sack, guys, for this little guy. I mean, that is just incredible, and we are going to do a little bit more of an in-depth review on this if you want to see it. So drop a comment down below if you want a more in-depth review on this little guy. And once again, inexpensive, one of the smallest, most compact, lightweight stoves I have ever come across, and this thing, once again, ultra reliable. It's proven itself to me in the backcountry. So there we go on that. Now, digging in here, we don't got much left. We actually just have the fuel source here. This is just one of the small versions, of your general propane mix, your fuel canister that powers these little stoves. So nothing special here. Now, it is a fairly common practice among backpackers and hikers to count things such as their fuel, their water, food, things like that as consumables, and therefore it's common practice to not include them in the base weight. So if you minus this 6.5 ounce fuel canister, which is the mini version, that leaves you with a base weight for your entire cook kit of 5 ounces. Now that is including your cook pot, your utensils, your stove, the cozy, your little scrubby, the various stuff sacks, all coming in at about 5 ounces. That is, to me, practically unbeatable. It's crazy. So that's what we got going on here. The other thing I wanted to mention really quick about this that I really like is its compact size. This thing literally just disappears inside my pack. In fact, tossed it in the old day pack to do some little exploring at a base camp on some of the backcountry excursions that we've been on, to have a hot cup of coffee on a mountaintop, or just cook up a quick hot lunch. And it's proven itself to be very sturdy, and it's one of the things I like about it. Like I said, we've had this thing out in the very remote backcountry of the Sawtooth Wilderness on an extended trip, and only relying on this stuff too. So I mean, no backups. This is what I had, and no problems whatsoever. So it's definitely held up extremely well for me. Well, there's a look at just one of the cook kits that I carry along on occasion and as the situation calls for. So now, in wrapping this up, I wanted to say once again, the reason for this video was in support of Jep from Jep's Outdoor Adventure. There is a link to his channel down in the description area below. So head on over there, give him a subscription, leave some comments, show him a little bit of support and love. Tell him John sent you, but I'm sure he'll really appreciate the support, guys. So that's what this community is about, and I'm just grateful to be a part of it, man. So until next time, I just wanted to say thank you all very much for watching. The support is truly appreciated. And until next time, take the best of care, and we'll be seeing you soon.